Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. It's time for another exciting episode of And That's Why I'm Still Single. I'm going to do this one and one more after this, and that'll be the end of this series. And I have another series that I'm going to be doing after this that I think you'll get a kick out of and find pretty entertaining. I'm also going to be doing some craft videos soon as well. But I thought, where would this series be if we didn't talk about married men? First off the bat, there's a lot of women out there that are married that deserve medals of honor for what they put up with out of these men that they're married to. That's an excuse right there for me to be single. Then another issue is, what about the married men that want to run around and act like they're single? My wife, you don't understand me. You need to go home and work it out with her instead of bringing another woman into the mix. And I'm in a complicated relationship. Yeah, and you're making it that way. Go home and work it out with her. And then there's the women who run around saying, "Oh, I'd love to find a husband." Honey, why don't you start out with a single man and work your way up to making him your husband? Leave the other gals' husbands alone. I had a friend years ago that's what all she wanted was to go out with married men because she found them safe. She wasn't looking to ever get married. And if she went out with a married man, she wouldn't ever have to worry about it, right? I said, well, I guess, in your twisted way, it makes sense, but you ought to think about this. What about the woman that's going to catch you one of these days with her husband and she's going to kill you? You need to stay the heck away from the married men. Now, I will admit that I did get involved with one for about 3 months, one time, long time ago when I was young and stupid. He was separated. She did not live with him. She'd left him with the kids. And I finally came to my senses one night. He'd said that he'd filed for divorce. They wasn't going to be able to work out their differences, and she'd left him with the kids. And one night he says, or he called me at work. He had to work late and stuff, and he says, "I need somebody to make dinner tonight." So after I'd worked all day, I went over to his house, made dinner for him and his kids. And while I'm in the kitchen over the hot stove fixing the dinner, she pulls up in the driveway. The ex. So he proceeds to go out. Now, I didn't have any problem with him talking to her. It was the amount of time he spent talking to her that I had the issue with. He's out there for over 2 hours talking to this woman. There was no excuse for that. They could have said whatever they had to say in just a few minutes and moved on. I'm in the house cooking, working my ass off to feed her kids. And she's out there footloose, fancy free. Oh, I don't think so. And when he got back in the house, me and him had some words about it. And that was the end of my relationship with him. It told me flat simple there was more there than met the eye if he could spend that much time out there talking to her. She'd been on the other foot, and somebody had left me with kids and just took off so that they could be out having a fancy old time. I would have not been out there having no big long conversations with him. It would have been, "What do you want?" and "Get the hell out." It would have been about the extent of the conversation. And that was the last time I ever got involved in any relationships like that. Anybody come around and say, "Oh, it's complicated." One fella told me, "It's complicated. I'll explain it all to you when we meet." I said, "No, you won't, because we ain't meeting. I don't want to hear it. You got something to say, you take it to your girlfriend, your wife, whatever she is, because I don't want to hear it. Not my circus, not my monkeys. You go do your own thing, dude." And I see some of the crazy stuff that men do. My one girlfriend, her husband decided that he was going to work on their kitchen stove, their range in the kitchen. It was a gas range. And so he unhooks the gas line, he shut off the gas, That was a smart move. He shuts off the gas, he unhooks the whole thing, and he works on whatever it is that he has to do. I don't know if it's new burners or whatever it was he's putting in it. And then he tries to hook it back up, but he can't get the gas line attached to the stove. Now I'm talking to her. We were ham radio operators. I'm talking to her on the ham radio, and she's telling me, "Oh well, now he's beating on that gas pipe with a wrench, metal to metal, around gas." Now I realize the gas has been shut off, but hey, all it takes is a spark to blow the place up. I'm like, no, don't let him do that. And I sent a buddy of mine over there to help him get that thing hooked up before he blew the whole bunch of them up. Man. I'm like, lady, you need to take out a big insurance policy on him and steer clear. But yeah, those are plenty reasons right there, and that's why